Our next destination was Anacortes, Washington, where we booked a whale watching tour with Island Adventures. The skies were clear and the water was sure to be calm. It was the perfect day to go scouting for wildlife through the San Juan Islands. Alright guys, here's the deal. We're in beautiful Anacortes, Washington, and we're just about to take a little ride on the Island Explorer. Now Carl, who works on the Island Explorer, is going to be heading up our Island Adventure. He's going to take us out whale watching. And get this, whale sighting is guaranteed. So we've got nothing to lose. Let's go. People had come far and wide to embark on this unique journey. We were prepped by Shane, founder of Island Adventures, and excitement was in the air. Do you know anything about the previous boat trip out? Do we know what we've got in store for us?
Yeah, we had orcas this morning. All 3 pods of orcas were together. They've now split up. Fortunately, one of them came south, going to make it a little bit easier for us. They had about a 100-mile trip this morning. You guys are probably going to end up with about a 70-mile trip, which means a little bit more whale time. Not quite as much, coverage, but there's no 2 trips the same. They're all good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. We'll head on down.
We were about to board the Island Explorer 3, a gorgeous 99-ton charter capable of covering 100 miles in a single whale watching trip. All right, Island Explorer 3 on her way out. It was a lot to take in at once. The landscape was serene and the water stretched as far as the eye could see.
Alrighty guys, so this area here now we're getting to is Eagle Point. That's the point right there at our 12:30 position, and it should start to lay down nicely as we make that point. This is the area that I really want us to start looking as if there were whales right on the other side of the point. You just never know, but with the calculations I had from some of the boats that were on some whales earlier, that's right where we just might meet them. Perfect timing to find them right in some nice calm waters. So keep your eyes open if you've been inside the main salon area and you do come out, just again be prepared for the next 5 minutes.
Alright, well our first solid sighting might not have been a whale, but we did get some harbor seals right over there. Although we didn't get to see the seals up close, Bart Roulon provided us with a few snapshots from his photography taken on our previous Island Adventure outing. Everyone looked on as our first orca spotting was sure to be soon. Tension was building and cameras were at the ready. That was it. That was our first sighting. You can actually see, well, you can see actually sort of a slick behind them where they travel. It's called their footprint. It's like a little trail leading right to them. And just like that, we were amidst a pod of orcas in the Salish Sea. goes. He's gonna pass right by our stern. Hopefully we get a nice close look.
If you like to play, Fiber Federal can help you get there.
Well, we don't see the orcas very often, but when we do, it does give you a rush. It's so exciting, and we are getting pretty close. And I've actually found out you can tell the difference between the different orcas by what's called their saddle patches. It's just kind of a white splotchy shape right behind the dorsal fin, and it's unique to each orca. I've also found out that these are orcas and not generally considered killer whales, and it's because they eat salmon, not other mammals like seals, so it's been good. Well, this is Carl, who's been taking us around, showing us the sights and keeping us safe. You know, he's looking out for us. So, as I understand it, you can identify the orcas by the saddle patch. So, do you know which ones we saw today?
Yeah, it was a few of the L pod there. We got to see Gaia, L78. That was the big male, giving a great show.
Right. And yeah, he was all over the place.
Yeah, he was. So, Gaia, Wave Walker, his brother, the smaller dorsal fin. But how you do it again is just seeing the saddle patch right behind that, and or nicks, scratches, things like that on those big dorsal fins. So that's why Gaia is an easy one to pick out there.
Good look there. They love this area. There's excellent fishing, great feeding grounds for them. So, and that's why they are in this area again. The Chinook salmon, it's their favorite meal.
The good action there that we saw, of course, as I stated earlier, is they do live to fish and chase the salmon, and we got a great look at Gaia doing that. L78 just running right through. It is called porpoising when you do see him come up out of the water fast, but he was staying down low and just really chasing that fish.
Now, is he just straight up outrun a salmon?
Yes. Oh yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, they are the #1 predator out there in the waters, and so that's what's so nice about them. Very intelligent animals too. Extremely intelligent animals.
Well, no two trips are the same. You can go anywhere.
Yeah, we can go anywhere. We go into Canada. We can go down towards the Puget Sound near Seattle. It's just inner islands that we move around constantly.
It's a beautiful place, and there's a lot of room. It really seems like an ideal location for a tour.
It absolutely is. I myself have worked in Alaska, Hawaii, Florida, and this is probably one of the most beautiful areas that I've been able to captain it.
I saw a lot of the smiles on the kids and the adults too. It was really something, and you can feel the adrenaline right when that comes up. You know, you spot a pod out there. It's great.
Right. Yeah, that's good. And then just finding other wildlife too, being able to show them the whole island repertoire of all the animals, the sea lions. Some people are out here just to see birds, you know, and then the whales are a side treat to them. So showing them the bald eagles, the turkey vultures. There's so much out here. It actually is so much out here. The trip begins with wildlife quickly, and then we'll see wildlife all the way through the full trip. We don't just see orcas. We see orcas, gray whales, humpbacks, minke whales.
All right. Well, if we've still got some ride left, I think I'll go out and enjoy myself. But thanks a lot, Carl.
All right, thanks, Tom. Yep, go enjoy.
I will. Just over my shoulder is Mount Baker, which is over 10,000 feet tall, and it's an active volcano. It's a beautiful shot with this in the lighthouse. You'd be amazed at all the wildlife one can find on a trip like this. Renowned photographer Bart Roulon shared some of the amazing imagery he's captured on similar trips.
Spacing out 'cause you're lonely, asking am I the only one?
To see more of his wildlife photography, visit bartroulon.com. Now, I hope you don't turn down going on one of these tours because it might seem a little bit too touristy. Trust me, the area is so beautiful, there's so much scenery, absolutely gorgeous, and the orcas are magnificent, so majestic, and seeing them up close is not to be missed. This has been Northwest Adventure. Coming up after the break, wow, it's crazy. Oh man, now that is what I'm talking about.
This episode of Northwest Adventure is brought to you by Fiber Federal Credit Union, banking made easy.
I'm standing on a bridge above the McKenzie River just east of Eugene at the Belknap Resort and Hot Springs. But trust me, to call it just a hot springs and resort is to do it a major disservice. There's so much to do here. From the river, which you can raft on, to trails with streams and waterfalls, and the gardens are beautiful. Trust me, there's so much to do here. We have to get going now. Come on. Well, right here under our feet is where the mineral-rich water comes out at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It's then pumped underneath the bridge into a holding tank that then feeds the various pools around the resort. It's a great place, and I hear it might even have healing properties, but we'll have to see about that. I took a small foot trail to a spot called the Secret Gardens. With a name like that, who wouldn't be curious? The sound of flowing waters grew stronger as I approached. My first impression of this place was something of true beauty. The landscape and gardens were nestled into the surrounding forest with a delicate balance of nature and architecture. Well, this beautiful spot is called the Secret Garden, and trust me, when they call it secret, they mean it. It's just hidden away across the river from the lodge, and you follow a little creekside trail to get here. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm just going to take a nap. This is great. I had no idea a place like this even existed, so I felt lucky to experience it firsthand. The elegance of this spot surpassed even the expectations put in place by its name. I couldn't help but run my hands through the cool running water and wander aimlessly through the gardens. We were running a tight schedule, so it was off to the next spot on our list. Alright. We're checking out the Saheli Falls, I think. Not actually sure how that's pronounced. I can kind of start to see them from here. Wow. That's crazy. Oh man. Whew. It's huge. I was just reading up the info center up at the parking lot, and this is about 120 feet. It's a segmented fall, and it was formed about 3,000 years ago during the second major lava formation. But really, none of that even matters when you're looking at it. It's just beautiful. I gotta go get another angle on this. Come on. I went on ahead to find the top of the falls. Well, right there is about the beginning of the first 120 feet of that fall, and it may not look too bad from right here, but it sure is intimidating right around the corner. Now that is what I'm talking about. That is so much sheer power. That is humbling. I gotta say, it's the biggest waterfall I've ever seen. Then I found myself in the middle of the McKenzie River. The water was crystal clear, flowing from the surrounding Cascade Mountains. Well, if one thing's for sure, it's that if you really want to experience the beauty and majesty of the McKenzie River area, you've got to do it on a tour-guided raft. It looks great. This place looks great. We gotta try that. Well, I have to say, the Belknap Resort and Hot Springs has really turned out to have been a great destination. There's so much to do here, and it's all set around the gorgeous McKenzie River. You really have to see it. But I will tell you, after a day walking around, you'll start to feel it in your legs, and those hot springs really start to sound nice. I'll meet you there.
Does your business need more exposure? Northwest Adventure has ad space available. If you don't have a commercial, our team can even produce one for you. For more information about advertising opportunities, check out nwadventure.com. Reserve a spot before they're gone. And for any of you musicians tuning in, we're looking for talented local artists to donate their original music to be used in one of our episodes. By air, land, sea, and rock and roll. This is Northwest Adventure.
Well, here we are at the main lodge where you can get started on any number of your own adventures, from the high country expeditions to hikes to the garden, or maybe a rafting trip down the river. Or maybe you're in the mood for just a relaxing day by the hot springs. I have to check into my room, so I'll catch you later. C6. Well, this is my humble abode. Looks nice. I hope it's big enough. Wow. Well, it's true, this place really can accommodate just about anybody. From individual campsites, full houses. This one has 4 bedrooms. Wow. All right, good. I can actually see the hot springs from my room, and I cannot wait to get in there. So I'm gonna get ready, then we'll head up the pool. There are a number of places a visitor could stay, from campsites or cabins to fully furnished houses. I was living in the lap of luxury. Just because our show is called Northwest Adventure doesn't mean we have to sleep out in the woods in a tent all the time. Let's just say we took one for the team just so the viewers could see the amazing places the Belknap Resort and Hot Springs had to offer. Well, I'm here with Marlene out in front of the main hot spring out in the just outside of the lodge. And what is it you do here?
I manage it. Well, at least it manages me. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, keeps you out of trouble?
Yeah.
So, lots of stuff goes on here, right? From, you know, just weddings to family hikes, that kind of stuff?
There's lots of and rafting, and there's people enjoy the pool, and just lots of family reunions.
Tell me about the hot spring itself.
It's 103 to 105, and the actual hot springs is across the bridge, and they bring it, pipe it in to a holding tank, and then when it gets to 105, they don't let any more water in. When it gets back to 101, then they let more hot water in.
So just keep it right at the right temperature. Yeah. All right. And it's mineral rich, right?
Right. It has a lot of good minerals, and in 1879, the Oregon Journal advertised that it would heal all the women's diseases and a lot of other things. And they actually brought people 16 hours on horse and buggy one way to come up here and swim.
Wow.
So.
And in all seasons, right?
Yeah, in all seasons, and we love it here in the snow. And I came in the 40s and been coming ever since, and it's really wonderful.
Well, I think it's time I finally get in here. It's been a long day. It's gonna feel great. I'm gonna go get cleaned up.
Oh, good. Have fun.
Thank you. Oh, man. It's the perfect mix of pool and hot tub. Oh, heaven. Well, I think I've said enough about this place. It's great. You deserve to come here. Treat yourself. I'll see you next time. If you guys would like to find out more about anything you've seen on today's episode, be sure to hit us up at nwadventure.com.